what did I do with them?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to Financial Survival, sponsored by Discount Gold and Silver Trading. I'm Melody Cedarstrom. It is good to be here. The 20th of April, this Monday, this fine Monday afternoon. So, again, thank you for joining us. And take a moment, and you can visit our website at discountgoldandsilvertrading.net, discountgoldandsilvertrading.net. And if you have any questions for the program, you can send them to discountgoldandsilver@yahoo.com. And, of course, any questions regarding your gold and silver coins, you can use that same email address. Everything should be sent to discountgoldandsilver@yahoo.com. And pick up the phone and just give us a call at 800-375-4188. Gold today. It's good to see it in the green, up 1670 at 886.40. We have silver up 21 at 12.12. Platinum was down $48 at 11.67. And palladium is trading at $2.29, down 8. So it's good to see a little bit of green in the gold there, and a very mixed market. I don't know if this is more of a normal market or just an unusual market. And of course, we have Robert Chapman from the International Forecaster joining us this afternoon. Good afternoon, Bob.
Good afternoon, Melody. And it's kind of been a mixed market all day.
Mm-hmm.
And I started off writing this morning at 3:30, 4 o'clock, and I said that then. Of course, at that time, the Dow was down 89, S&P down 94, and NASDAQ down 120. And gold was up 480 at that time. And last time I saw it was up 1670. Stock market was off 290. They tried desperately to keep it from going over 300. But if you look at the S&P, it's down 3720. And if you multiply that by 9, that's 335 points. So they were successful in getting the Dow to trade a little bit lower than 300, but not S&P. And that means that unless the government steps in, the market should open 45 points lower in the early trading starting at 3 o'clock in the morning. So trading should start to the downside. And NASDAQ is usually up or down more, 64.86. And that would be 389 points, which figures 389. So we should have a bumpy start in the morning. Gold got as high, I think, on the June month as, excuse me, it got as high as a plus 2010 was the highest I saw it. I watch it all day long while I'm reading and calling people and stuff like that. So to be up close to $17 or within $3. Oh, it's up 18.10 now. That's not usual either. It usually doesn't get strong in that access market. Silver's up 24. The access market is usually used by government to suppress, and they ain't doing that today. And I don't think they were in the market much today either, by the looks of it. I think government took the market up as far as they could, 8,200. And as I said about a little over a week ago, we've seen the top in the 8,000, 8,200 area. I think I was right. And the financials have come unglued again. And we covered our shorts in the financials because what the government was doing is they had the banks, particularly Citigroup, J.P. Morgan Chase, Goldman Sachs, and Wells Fargo. What they were doing was they were going to people who had short positions in their stock, in their house, and saying, you can't borrow those shares anymore. The lender is withdrawing them to be used as collateral in your account for your short position, and we don't have any more Goldman Sachs stock to be able to lend you, so we're going to have to close your position out. And that's what began to make those financials take off. Now, it looks like, for those of you who like to short the market, and I don't want anybody doing this who doesn't know anything about it. I don't want any new people plunging into shorting the market. That's not prudent, and it's not suitable for most of you. And you get your heads handed to you. But people who have been in the market for a long time who would like to short, you go after the financials again, the builders, and Harley Davidson, HOG. I don't think Harley will stay in business eventually. And so Harley just doubled from 10 to 20, so it could easily go right back down to 10 again. So that could be a pretty good kill. And with that said, on that dire note, just a couple of general things here. In the coming edition of the International Forecaster on Wednesday, we have lots of links in there like we usually do in the email version. And there's two things in there that stuck out. Number one, the video of the Christian pastor, his name is Anderson, who was stopped by an internal road check by Border Patrol people in Arizona. And they wanted to search his car and he wouldn't let them. So they tased him and banged him around, ground his face into broken glass on the ground. You know, all the kinds of things that you'd expect from Homeland Security. And so I get that videotape in there. And the reason I'm mentioning it is that this is what you can look forward to in the future. And what's going to happen is they're going to pick the wrong guy in one of these stops. And he's just going to open up on these people and kill 5 or 6 of them. And that'll be the beginning. And we don't want people to do that. We don't think people should do that. But some people are going to go off the deep end, and that's going to be the result. So try to restrain yourself. Second of all, I have a video in there about this Facebook thing, of which there's a couple of 100,000, a couple of million members, whatever it is. Facebook was started by the Central Intelligence Agency to gather information on you for their database. Don't get involved in it. If you are involved in it, get out of it. Word to the wise. Just a subtle way of data collection. All right, with that said...
Aren't most of those involved in that Facebook youth? Or
you mean young people?
Young people, yeah.
Absolutely not. All kinds of people.
You know, why would anybody want to join up and have your...
Have your friends come in and tell them, you know, I went to a party last night and it turned into a pretty wild affair or something like that.
What? I just don't understand it, but oh well.
Well, people don't have anything better to do. And most people are dumb.
Well,
and the dumbest people who think they know something.
Isn't it great to have your, you know, all your information on the internet?
Dumb.
Yeah.
It's an ego trip.
I guess.
So we ended up at 78.42 on the Dow Jones Industrial Average.
Bob, I have a question for you. Today they made those announcements where they'll probably turn these loans in from the bailout funds to these banks, where they're going to turn them into shares.
Mm-hmm.
Does that have the same monetization, or does that eliminate the immediate?
It monetizes the money.
It does still monetize.
Yeah,
it.
because they don't have to give it back if they're giving shares. It dilutes the ownership of present owners of the stock, which would tend to make the stock go down.